morning, real estate agents. Welcome to the Weekly Closer. I'm your host, Jeff Underwood, along with my co-host, Joey Sampaga.
What's that?
How you been doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right, man. How are you?
Good to see you in person.
Yeah.
Well, I can't see over that Mac you got in front of you. But
That's all right.
Anyway.
It'll protect me from your COVID.
Yeah, absolutely. No, sorry. No joking about that. Hey, we are the Real Estate Marketing Maniacs. Oh, yeah, I got a little macho man going on today. Hey, we have some great guests in the house with us today. Boom. We got Josh Zuniga with Kenneth James Realty and Leo Zuniga with Fairway Mortgage Corporation.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, how's it going?
Thank you for having us, boys. Excited to be here.
Brothers, right?
We are
Sir.
brothers.
Sweet.
Yes.
Right.
I don't know if we've ever had brothers in a...
No, I don't think so.
The first time for everything, right?
Brother from another mother, though.
There you go. Make it happen.
There we go.
We like it. We love it.
So how are you guys doing?
We're doing fabulous.
Really well.
Really,
It's
really nice.
2020. It's a crazy year, obviously, and
Yeah.
we're still... Let's see.
Eventful.
I bet we're going to still be waiting on results when this one airs.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's probably going to go on into November.
So it's going to go for a while.
For
Yeah,
sure.
Sure
who
it
knows?
is.
Who knows what's going to happen? So why don't we start with you guys sharing a little bit about yourselves? Leo, if you want to tell like how long you've been in the mortgage world, and all that, and then Josh, when you get a chance, tell us about real
I'll
estate.
piggyback.
There we go.
go.
Cool.
Yeah, no, happy to. I've been in the mortgage lending world for 20 years now. Matter of fact, I graduated from ASU, and the Wednesday after I graduated, I was a loan officer.
20 years.
Thrown into the wolves. This is way back before the do not call list. This was
Wow.
before a lot,
Yeah.
the licensing and everything that we have actually now as far as compliance and everything goes in. Because, like I said, I was thrown to the wolves. They literally gave me a stack of probably 2,000 leads and a phone and a desk.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
they said, here you go. What do you mean? Here you go. What am I doing?
Boiler room, baby. Boiler
That
room.
sounds
It was
like
literally like the movie The Boiler Room.
Yeah.
Here are the leads. There's money in there. Go make it. Go get it. And that's kind of where I started.
You know what? I kind of relate to that because I started in mortgage back in 2000 here in the Valley, 2001.
Okay.
And yeah, it was the same type of thing. Here's your desk. Here's your phone.
Yeah.
Go
no,
for it,
it's,
right?
It's,
Get started.
It was a whole new element for me. I mean,
Yeah.
I was coming fresh out of college where there was always some sort of direction. Here's your assignment. Here you go. Do this, do that, do this. And they said, here you go.
Welcome to the real world.
So then I was like,
Yeah,
man, I
that's
can't
how
wait
it
for
is.
lunchtime because I have no idea what the hell I'm doing, who to call, what to say. It was just a little surreal, And
Right.
As I got into it, I had a conversation with my father, and I said, hey, I don't know if this is going to pan out because I have no idea what to do,
Yeah.
how to do it, or what and why I'm doing it. And shortly after that conversation, he said, you know what, pick brains of the top producers. You'll figure it out. And eventually that's what I did. And within 3 months, I was one of the top producers
Nice.
at the company that I had started with.
So
Yeah.
you got your first check. You're like, oh, I can do this.
I said, yeah. Well, after that, I said, you know what? I can get used to this. There's never been a turn back ever
Yeah.
since.
yeah, that was Papa Pete dropping his wisdom.
Yeah.
There you
As
go.
Yeah.
always.
Lots of wisdom.
Yeah.
Did that first company make it through the 08, 09 time?
They
You know?
did.
Okay.
They did.
Yeah.
However, I actually shortly left them because once I started producing and putting up some numbers, I got recruited.
Got it. Yeah.
So then I
Yeah.
was recruited to another, company, and then from there I branched out on my own. And I was 20. Actually, I just turned 25. Since I had the opportunity to branch out, I essentially started Arizona Mortgage myself.
Got it.
So
Great name, right?
cool.
Right there.
Yeah.
Mortgage
Yeah.
consultants. I
Should've
remember that.
kept that.
I was still in high school at that time. I remember
Really?
that.
Yeah?
I was a little guy, for sure.
So tell us about yourself. How long you been in real estate?
So I've been licensed since 2013. I did corporate world for a couple of years, but then I went back full time. 2015, I would say, but 2016 is really when things really started to take off and like have momentum. Essentially because I was on previous teams before that, and I was doing all the wrong things. I was promoting everybody but myself.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of individuals going into real estate, especially if you don't have any direction, kind of piggyback off of that. Oh, I'm with this agency, or I'm with this team. And
Yeah.
what people don't know and realize and understand is that your family and friends want to use you because of you, not because of your team, not because
Yeah.
of your team lead, not because
Right.
of the agency you're with. They trust you already, so now it's up to you to deliver and start marketing and promoting yourself. So,
Cool.
yeah, I grew up watching Leo and watching my parents do real estate, getting really involved. And my plan, actually, before in 08 was to not even go to college. that was on my radar. And then boom, here comes '08, and I was like, wow, my little 10-year plan that I had written on a little notebook there, vision board crushed.
Yeah.
So what do? I go to ASU. I get my degree from WP Carey, and I still knew I was going to get into real estate. I just didn't know exactly which way and how I was really going to do it and structure it. So same time that I graduated, I also got my real estate license. And my little mentor that I was actually working with at that time, he's like, hey, Josh, you going to do this full time or what are you going to do? I was like, well, I actually got this corporate job and it seems pretty cool. They're going to pay for my car, flights, I get to travel, I get 3 states, that sounds really, really nice. I'm going to give that a shot and I'll probably just do real estate on the side. And he's like, well, son, you can't do real estate part-time.
That's right.
I didn't realize that, but I did get some deals, and some structured, a couple things, with my dad. He did a couple investments. Leo was able to hand off, 1 or 2, and then did a couple for my friends. So I got a little bit of experience, but it wasn't until I got recruited. I actually got recruited at a charity event by a top producer here within Scottsdale. He's like, I want you to work for me. And that was in October of 2014. And then he had another conversation with me, in that winter, probably like December. And then by February of 15, I left my corporate job and I joined his team. And it was a great experience. It really was. I really picked up a lot. I got to see what a top producer actually does and how they structure their business and how they are able to, assign their team, to do their duties to where it actually runs like an efficient machine.
Yeah.
Thanks to Papa Pete, So, and ever since then, obviously, I got enough. When you say the biggest thing, especially when you get in your first year, is just building confidence. Building confidence and knowing exactly what you're doing because, like you said, you're thrown out to the wolves. Real estate or getting into the real estate industry, as realtors know, is one of the most unstructured things you can possibly join.
Yeah, sure.
Here's your license, good luck. That's literally all it is. And you have to join up with somebody that's going to hold your hand and walk you through the process because if not, you're going to be stumbling through.
That's right.
So I was thankful to kind of have that mentorship. I joined Joshua Smith's team in late of 2015, and then he and I just knew this was the man, knew where the future was going within real estate based off of marketing. And that's how I found him, was through marketing. So I took a lot of his practices and principles and I executed them, and it's been a wonderful journey ever since.
It sounds awesome.
Yeah,
you sound
really
really
cool.
passionate, you guys, about what you're doing.
We love it. Yeah, we really do.
And so Papa Pete,
oh yeah, we want to know. He's the best. Yeah.
Yeah,
is that your dad?
Yes.
he's our father.
Okay, I was assuming Papa Pete.
that was a pretty good assumption.
Yes, I was just saying because I have a new
Yeah.
Papa name too.
Oh, okay.
Because
Okay.
my oldest daughter just had, and her husband just had their first.
Oh,
So
congrats.
I'm a papa, like an
Congrats.
actual
Congratulations.
grandpa.
That's awesome.
So I'm
That's
Papa
awesome.
Jefe.
There
Oh,
you go.
nice.
I like it. Yeah, that's out. There you go.
I like that.
I love that, man.
Yeah,
That's
so
awesome.
She'll know who's boss.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. To really get down to think of it, like mom is actually boss at the household.
Yeah.
So she's the
Mama's
one.
boss.
Yeah, like
Mama's
he-
jefe.
Alright.
Like
All
she
right.
was saying,
You know.
she actually runs the credit reporting agency. Dad is kind of like the voice of reason. Let's make business decisions. He's in there with the meetings and like makes things happen. But it's actually mom that started it
Yep.
in our living room.
In our living room.
Wow.
Yeah.
And-
He
and-
was in diapers.
I was in diapers.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was, I think, 9 or 10 years old, and I remember we transformed our living room into what is now called Advantage Plus Credit Reporting Incorporated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Advantage Plus. Yeah. No, I
Advantage
think
Plus,
I used that service back when I was in the mortgage side.
There you go.
Yeah, I
Nice.
remember that. Yep.
They were my credit, agency when
Yeah.
I first started my mortgage business, and I know that they are very well known in the industry right now as far as banks, brokers, etc. Because
Sure.
they're national, and they've just built that brand. And I just remember in our living room, we had a fax, a copier, a scanner, mom's desk. And as I got older, I was helping them because I was delivering these reports. It wasn't the digital age then, so
yeah.
people still wanted these credit reports delivered in hand. So that's how I helped them grow throughout the city. So I got to know all of Phoenix at a very young age because I knew where all the Scottsdale branches were,
Yeah.
where East Mesa, Phoenix, you name it. I could tell you where it was.
This is before MapQuest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
So he
before.
really got to
So
know
I
it
had
well.
to study
MapQuest.
maps,
Yeah.
and it was funny because I also, in my younger age, I worked for Domino's. So as soon
Okay.
as I got there, And they showed me the map and the grid, and they said, "Where are you going? Don't you need to go to the map?" I was like, "No, I know exactly where that is. I know it's on the right-hand side of the road.
Yep.
I know which crossroad I'm going to." I mean, they're
There
like,
you go.
"Oh, this kid knows everything."
You're
already."
hired.
Like,
You're hired. Yeah.
go, give him some more. It was hilarious. So that actually, I remember that when
Yeah.
I started helping them. And, we talk about Papa Pete and our parents, but they're literally the lifeline that kind of created this drive in all of us,
Right.
and they gave us the direction and so many pep talks as to what we're going to face out there in the real world, how we handle adversity, and how we become successful in whatever we put our minds to.
Right. Oh, that's great.
So hats off to Papa Pete and Mama Pete Mama
Mama
Zuniga.
Zuniga. Yeah.
Mama
Zuniga.
Hefe.
Hefe. for everything that they've instilled in
Yeah.
us.
Now that's
That's
cool
great.
because having parents that are entrepreneurs, I'm sure helped you a lot, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I have parents who were more corporate and the military,
Yes.
so it's a little bit different. And then becoming an entrepreneur myself, when I started doing real estate, I mean, there was no structure,
Yes.
and I was lost for the first few months.
Oh, my God,
Or
yes.
actually going to the mortgage business, that is, because that's
Yeah.
what I did at first.
Okay.
But when I got that first check, I was like, oh, I could do this,
Right.
right? But then I had to put structure into it because
Sure.
I was also in the corporate world as well. So no,
Yeah.
it's awesome to
we
have that.
we are very fortunate to have the parents that we do because they come from very, very humble beginnings. Our family is actually from New Mexico. It's called Deming, New Mexico. It's like a drive-in, drive-out town. It's like that's how quick it is.
I think I've driven past it. I mean,
Comparable to
For about
to
a second or
Wickenburg.
two.
It's very small.
very,
Yeah.
very, very tiny. Like when they got the Walmart in there, that was like the big thing.
Yeah.
Huge
Yeah.
news.
But Leo. So just to give you some context, Leo is 10 years older than I am. We
Okay.
have a middle brother that he actually works for Advantage Plus.
Yeah.
Inside the office, he's 9 years old. So I'm the baby. I was born here in actual Phoenix, but when you hear the stories that my parents tell, they always looked at life in a different way than your average person didn't. It's like I want to do better. I want to do better for my family. Who do I have to talk to? What do I have to do? What is the effort? What is the work ethic that I have to put
Yeah.
in order to achieve those things? And it's not like, the biggest thing is like that we learn is like when you take yourself out of the playbook and you put your family or a higher purpose in front of you,
Yeah, it's different.
nothing stops you.
That's right.
So yeah, my dad actually got started here in Phoenix working for Shamrock Farms.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Foods, Shamrock Foods.
Shamrock Foods.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Shamrock Foods. But he was here for like 6 months. But he just ended up like missing the family, from what I understand, too much. He's like, you guys have to move here. So mom picked up these two little ones and brought them here. And then I was born shortly after in 1990.
Yep.
But yeah, growing up from that, because my parents decided, like I said, to open up Advantage Plus, from their living room, and they knew that there was no turning back. My mom was actually very hesitant from what they tell me. She's like, they had a conversation in the bedroom, from what my dad says, and he's like, my mom was like, we can't do this. He's like, what do you mean? She's like, there's too much competition. And then my dad says to her, okay, well, let's just sit here and wait till the competition goes away.
Oh, wow.
And she's like, well, it's not. He's like, exactly. That's why we have to start now.
That's awesome.
Yep.
And
That's great.
I'm very happy that they had that conversation.
Absolutely.
Because we definitely wouldn't be raised with the opportunities that we were given, as children, mainly with mindset. With mindset.
Yeah.
And we go back to the conversations that Papa Pete and Mom have with us because, like you say, being entrepreneurs, we got to see and they got to be examples for us, but they spent time with us explaining how life is.
Yeah.
And I know just from, having conversations with other people, other individuals, friends, and, a lot of them don't get that. It's just
Right.
like, hey, son, how was school? Great. But
Yeah.
they don't talk to you about, how much income do you need to make? How much are you going to have in expenses? What is your plan, after college? When do you, just stuff like that, like real world stuff. And I see it and he sees it. There's a lot of individuals or kids even going straight out of high school or into college and figure it out.
Yep.
And some of those topics are hard topics too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like a sit down, let's get real type
Exactly.
conversation too sometimes, because people don't realize what it takes
Yeah.
to actually make it.
Yeah.
They don't. They just think that it's going to happen. But they don't really have the plan, or they don't really understand the numbers behind it.
Exactly, and like Josh said, the mindset really is what they kind of laid into us very early in age. whether it was with sports, whether it was with school, whether it was with relationships. I mean, they kind of just laid the ground rule for us very early on. I remember having so many conversations with both of them as to how we were going to figure that plan out, you know?
Yeah.
Because like Josh says, when you're done with school or college, it's what's next. You
Exactly.
know? We kind of had that already in our sights.
Yeah.
You know?
So that's the family history part of it.
Yeah.
So bring us to today now, because it's one big family business now, right?
It is,
and you guys are doing some flipping and all kinds of stuff going on.
All kinds
right?
of good stuff.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys all kind of working that together?
We are. Leo can probably brush on that, and then I can give
Yeah, I'll
my
just let
younger
him-
brother perspective on it and how we are today.
So since I was in the mortgage industry, you know, obviously I know a lot of real estate agents, and I
Yep.
could see what they were doing. You know, I would be funding some of these transactions.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, you know what? I'm going to try this on my own. And my father's always been, you know, the type to where, hey, if it makes sense, especially financial sense, let's get it done, right? So I branched out on my own, and I said, you know what? I'm going to try and buy this property from a client who offered it to me. Okay, she's like, I need to sell this house. I need to buy a new one, but this one I don't have the funds to fix, yada, yada, yada. Long story short, I said, okay, look, what I'll do is I'll buy it for you for X, and you'll be able to move out on this day. And then at that point, that's when I brought my father in. And he's like, yeah, this is what we can do. We're going to have to change the cabinets and the flooring, and, you know, just did the whole checklist of what we were going to do. And we went in there and we did it. And it was just he and I. So if you're in the flipping business, I'm sure you already know this, but if you're doing it on your own and you don't have a team of contractors that are helping you, it's hard work.
Yes.
You're there
Oh my
at
God.
6, 5 a.m. You're going home at midnight or later, and you're still not done, you know? So there were a few that started out that way, where it was just our hard hands and, you know, swinging the hammer. And then eventually, as we started to build the business itself, we're like, okay, we're going to hire help for this, because my dad didn't have time to get away from Advantage Plus for a full 12 hours on a Monday or a Tuesday. I was still in the loan business. I couldn't pull away either. So we said, okay, well, then we need good people. We need a good electrician. We need a good flooring, you know, roofer, etc. I mean, we've got all the trades needed for whatever we're going to tackle at this point. Now it's more of, okay, how do we want the house to look? Okay, cool. Here's what we're going to do. And then we just kind of lay out the plan. And Josh came into the business as, if you will, our design eye. Okay.
Yeah.
He came in, and well, the first one that we did as a family, he says, okay, I want that wall gone. I want a window here. I want this ripped up. I'm thinking we're just lipsticking this thing, and he's changing the whole format, and I'm like, oh my God, no, it's costing more than it should. And, you know, it turned out
very well.
It did. I mean, he surprised me.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be honest. And the profit also was there, because we were able to sell for much more. We created another bathroom. I mean, we opened up the kitchen. It was just, it unfolded very beautifully. And ever since then, you know, we've just been tackling each project as such. You know?
guys are like the Property Brothers, huh?
Kind of, yeah. It's definitely, yeah.
That brings up
Is there
another
some
story.
is there
we'll
some
tell you in a
friction
sec.
between the two of you?
Oh, there can be, yeah.
There
'Cause
can
I'm,
and have been.
I was like, hey, man, we're doing X, Y, and
wins?
Z. Depends.
Who wins?
Usually we compromise.
There's a lot of
on things.
compromise along the road.
If
you
it came
know,
down to
but-
throwing, who wins?
Usually there's. Well, let's say I'll have to bring Dad in and say, "Hey, Dad, I need you to side on me with this one." But we work very seamlessly together. And
Yeah.
like he was saying, he brought me in more of like the design, and I got to actually sell the properties. But I, being new into real estate, didn't have any funds. So Dad and Leo were the ones actually fronting up the money. I was designing it, but then I was able to take a commission, you know, at the end, and we all worked it out, which was really, really nice.
Cool.
But a lot of people don't really know and understand that designing the property is actually very, very hard.
Absolutely.
Doing your research and knowing exactly what other investments or flippers are actually doing within the area, and not pricing yourself for the market, but you want to make sure it looks good so you can get the top value within that subdivision or within that community. And I've always kind of had a knack, I don't want to say for design, but maybe for style, whether it has to do with clothes or just making things look nice and sexy is what I like to call them. So they're appealing to the eye. Because what I say as far as now when you walk into a house, you have to be in touch and in tune to the buyer's experience. And the buyer's experience is a sensory overload. So as soon as you open that door, you're looking at the floors. As soon as you pick your eyes up, you're looking at the floor plan. By the third or fourth step, you're starting to get the aromas and the energy and the feel for the layout of the actual home. So you literally have 10 to 15 seconds for that person to say, I love this house, I want it. And they're by that 10 or 15, they're going to be in the kitchen, which if you're going to invest money, make sure you invest it into the kitchens, into the bathrooms, because that's what sells houses, not 4 walls and carpet.
Yeah.
So as soon as they love the kitchen and they walk into the bathrooms, and by the time they come back to the living room, they're like, babe, I want this house. And obviously, wives make the decisions on this.
I was going to say you're catering to the female.
Absolutely,
on that one, for sure.
absolutely. I was like, yes, and you got to put all the little cute design stuff on the wall and like the little cute little shelves, because that just ties the home together.
Yeah.
Because you want the vibe of the house to translate into photos, because if it's just like Instagram and Facebook now, you have a half a second to make sure that they stop the scroll. So what are you going to do to stop the scroll? So those first, 5 to 7 photos have to be what draw them in. Hey, I want to reach out to my realtor. I want to schedule this. I want to see this tomorrow at 8 a.m. We'll be the first ones to make an offer on this.
Do you guys stage?
We do light stages.
Okay.
Which is like putting the cute stuff on the counters and in the bathrooms,
Yeah.
and maybe throwing some stuff in there. But I only stage properties when I go over 500,000.
Got it.
At that point in time, then you're different. You're dealing with a completely different buyer. We generally have a strategy to stay within means or within a range for your first-time home buyers. Why? Because that's your biggest pool of buyers,
Right.
and they move quicker.
Yeah.
All right?
I was going to ask you if you guys had like a buy box that you try to stay within. You try to
changes.
stay in a certain part of town, also a certain side of Phoenix or what have you.
We've done them all
Or-
over.
Yeah, we like to say a deal's a deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just,
All right.
it's got to make financial sense, but I want to say, to answer your question, we like to stay in this market right now geared at least under 400,000. Now, it's not to say we haven't done the more expensive ones, because we have had our hands in those. But like Josh says, smaller niche market, different type of buyer. You've got to sell that person, because they're going to be spending,
Right.
a fair amount of money to buy this property. So they do have to fall in love quickly, or it's not gonna have a sale. Then the property will sit. And you don't want somebody mulling over, well, I don't like the cabinets, or I don't like how they did this, or it's got to be very appealing. Like he says, sexy.
Yeah.
And I started laughing when he first started saying that, because every time I would
used to
walk
use
into
that
a
word all
home,
the
it's
time,
like,
man.
this is gonna look sexy when we do this. It's like, I've never.
Oh yeah.
I never put that word in
Yeah,
real
for
estate
sure.
myself, But then after, when we do the before and after photos, I look at it, I'm like,
Yeah, that is
damn,
pretty
he was
sexy.
right. It is sexy.
That's hot. Yeah, that's hot. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. But to answer his question a little bit more in detail, yes, there is a buy box. We generally like to stay under 2,000 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. We don't want to do any additions to the property. I've done myself personally a little bit more in Phoenix, but like when we do some as a family, it's usually kind of like an outskirts. They're usually like 1980 and above. The reason being is because we don't want to get into plumbing issues. We want to make sure we have updated plumbing, because when you get into flips, plumbing is probably going to be one of your largest expenses. You see one type of crack in there or anything. A lot of these houses you buy, from wholesalers, and it's $5,000 non-refundable. There's no inspections.
Yep.
So if you run into a problem, guess what? It's your problem. And then, that'll cut into the profits really, really quick. If it's already tight, then you're done. If you have a little bit of room, great. You bought it smart, and you actually have the ability to fix that. But a lot of real estate agents that I see, or even flippers, go into their first project all pumped and all excited. And guess what? They get hit with real life, and they get hit with a real problem. And now the wind has been taken out of their sails. Welcome to flipping homes.
Yeah.
It happens quick.
I was going to ask you, so how are you finding the houses? I know wholesalers, right?
Yeah,
obviously.
that's one avenue.
So have you just tried to get to know specific wholesalers throughout
Yes.
the valley, and
we
kind of count on them?
We have
We have
great
multiple,
relationships with
yeah.
them. Yeah, we have great relationships with them. He has great relationships with his clients, as do I. And even other real estate agents, reach out to us. I know, obviously, with him too, to where they say, "Hey, I know you guys are looking to maybe flip another house," and we even ask right there on Facebook or social media, looking for a new property. Does anybody have anything?
Yeah.
The biggest thing is you just got to ask. So you got to let the people know. You got to let your audience know what you're wanting to do or what you're looking for.
Yeah.
And you never know what they're going to deliver, right? I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. Wholesalers is one. Client referrals, like he mentioned earlier, also real estate partners who say, hey, I've got this property, I can't unload it. This is what it's going to need. The clients don't have the funds to do this. Can you come in and take care?
Right.
I actually just helped out a veteran on the most recent one because he was, not going to be able to maintain the home any further. He was going to have to exit, and came in and said, look, it's got to be fair for him. He's going to walk away with some change, and then it's also got to make financial sense to where I can still at least sell the property. So it's word of mouth sometimes. Too.
Sure.
Okay. It just, however we can find one is, what we'll take on.
That property would look out great, by the way. It was in Levine. We've never done one in Levine, but that one was nice. That one looked really, really good.
It came out really good. So my wife, if I can plug her in too,
yeah,
she's also an agent.
Absolutely, this is a family. This is a family show. Come on.
Yeah. So
hi, Lindsay.
Tying more in family. Yes. Hello, beautiful. She also has the design eye, and her and Josh do the shopping. They'll go out. We're going to do this tile. We're going to do those mirrors. We're going to do these vanities, whatever the case is. So she actually helped me design that one, and it came out sharp. Super sharp.
Tell them the response you got on it.
Oh man,
it's nuts.
So
just tells you the Phoenix market right now. But go for it.
Yeah. So we got done with the house like on a Thursday. Okay. She's like, okay, perfect. I'm going to have pictures ready on Friday. We'll list it first thing Saturday morning. And she did. Okay. Now, before I even actually finished, because I had to do a screen door in the back, I was there finishing it on a Saturday morning so that I could get away from all the showings that are coming. She calls me at 9 a.m. I got there at 7. She's like, hey, are you almost done? I was like, no, I got at least another 30 minutes. She's like, okay, I have 33 showings. What? They all want to come right now. I'm like, 33 showings. You know what? You're going to have to let them run through here. I'll just stay in the garage and mind my own and let them in, But so it went that quick. I mean, within 6 hours, it was gone.
What price point was that one?
That one sold at $270 for cash.
Nice.
So I was dumbfounded as to how quick the response was and how much and how heavy. Because even after we were under contract, I think she had another 17 offers wanting to come our way. We were like, this is insane. And then he had a recent one, same thing, that he had just told us about.
Yeah, I had one in, we had one in Gilbert. I put it on the market a Sunday morning. It's like the worst time to do it. The end of that day, we had, I think it was like 26 showings and 14 offers.
Wow.
Yeah. It was pretty wild.
Crazy market. Huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. For the flippers, it's great because the beginning of this year, I remember obviously I was at the cabin in March when, obviously all the announcement came out about COVID and shutting down and everything, and that was scary stuff. I remember I called Leo when I got back in town. I was like, hey man, what's it look out like there, on the investment side? He's like, man, this looks scarier than '08. And I'm like, oh, great, that's awesome. I guess we're along for the ride. We're just gonna have to figure it out. Let's stick together, right? And even calling my guys who we have hard money partners or private money. He's like, hey man, everybody's locked up. Nobody's moving. We're not touching anything. We're not lending. All that stuff. But it wasn't until May, boom, everything just opened up. Opened up completely. Like nothing ever happened, and just gas was full throttle. And it's been like that ever since. Obviously, you guys are very familiar. You talk to a lot of real estate agents. Ever since then, with the lack of inventory, the increase in demand, with the drop in rates, and the the transits coming from different states like California, even like Nevada's a big one now. I'm hearing Washington, Texas, the Midwest, all the time. So it's driving this market, and I think it's here to stay, regardless of who the president really is. If there's no change in inventory, because at this time last year we're probably over 18,000 homes on the market. When I looked on Monday, I think we're at 8,400 active.
Wow,
active.
Yeah.
So it's a big difference.
Oh, they just get gobbled up so fast.
Yeah.
I mean, properties are coming on. It's just that they're
they
gone.
don't last.
It's time to sell. If you guys are interested in selling, this is definitely the time to sell, regardless if it's your most favorite home. A business is business, right?
That's right. If
you have kids and family and moving all that, I totally get it. But if you're a single guy or a single lady out there and you've been in your house, for a couple of years, take the money, or at least be smart about it and invest it and put it in something. All right? Don't go buy that fancy car.
That's right.
No more.
That's right.
There you go.
So we got to talk about the Property Brothers.
Oh, yeah. You mentioned that, yeah.
Oh, you mean the HGTV?
HGTV.
Tryout thing or something you had going on, or contest?
It just kind of fell in our lap, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And it was actually started out as a joke. Okay, so the flip that I was telling you about, where he started moving walls and, really freaking me out.
Oh, yeah, I remember this. Okay? I remember this. Yeah, it's great.
Like I told you, the house came out so beautiful. The photos came out. They were just amazing, right? So we get dolled up. we go in and we do the photo shoot and we take photos, and we're on each side of the counter. Okay, we made a huge island, and he's on one side, I'm on one side, and it was a pretty snazzy picture, and he posted it on Facebook, and he put on there the next Property Brothers.
No, I'm
right.
putting
Be looking
spring 2017.
right. Be looking for us on the next HGTV episode. And there was so much feed going in on there. Oh my God! Congratulations! So I mean, I was like, whoa.
I have a very sarcastic humor.
Right?
Very sarcastic humor.
I remember this vividly. Because I told him, I was like, hey, you're getting so much feedback on there. He's like, I know, I think I need to publicly apologize. So he does.
I actually made a video apologizing.
He made a video.
Sorry,
not
guys.
to throw something, out there
Yeah.
or, make anybody, have anything falsified, right?
Yeah.
And shortly after that, he gets a video interview request saying, hey, we saw you on this. What would you think of trying out for HGTV? We'll send a camera crew and everything. And he calls me, and I was like, is it for real? And
Yeah.
he's like, I think they are. I'm going to call them. I was like, call them. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Called them. Literally within a few weeks, they did fly out a camera crew out here. They were filming us for like, what, 3
days.
Yeah.
Really?
3 days.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Nobody knows about this. We don't talk about
We
that kind
didn't
of stuff.
post it anywhere. They asked us not to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because until we won, they couldn't say, hey, this is why we were here.
Right.
But it was like we were celebs for a week because I've never had makeup on my face.
Mhm.
And they
That we
came
know
in,
about. Yeah, that we know about.
They
There you
had the makeup artist sit us down. We had our, producer chairs, and then they had the camera crew and lighting. And
Wow.
I mean, the director just came in and just called it. I want this, I want that.
They
I want
were
you,
cool
you know.
guys. It was
Very
it was a
cool
crew.
Very
Really,
cool.
real
We
crew.
still keep in touch with them, and they kind of kept us through as far as how everything panned out. They're like, okay, you made it down to the finals.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going down to Tennessee. You're going to be in front of the deciding members of HGTV to see if this works out for you guys. We're like, oh my
Oh,
God.
bro, it's about to
We're
get
like,
real. It's about to get real.
That would put us on the map, So
Yeah.
we were just like, you know what? If it happens, it happens. That's great. But I'm not going to get
Yeah.
too, where I lose sleep over it. But it was such an exhilarating experience for myself. I'm sure it was for you too. I mean,
Yeah.
it just, honestly, I was like, whoa.
Wow.
That just came out of left field, and we're here and we're doing it, and it's awesome, and it could be,
Mhm.
one of those things.
Yeah.
So by at the very end of it, the experience, which is so amazing and so memorable, that I was very appreciative of the entire thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Somebody actually sent me an email with this little ad, and they said, "Hey, Josh, you guys should submit for this." And he sent it. I looked at it like a week later, and I was like, you know what, give it a shot, because I used to do modeling when I was younger, so I know about these like little casting calls and how they actually work, and the whole steps for that. So I did our little submission, and
Yeah.
then we got the contact back, and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna see what it is, but then I'm gonna like blow smoke on this, real quick, really false mirrors, yeah. And boom, that's exactly what it turned out. He's like, hey, this is for real. Holy smokes.
Oh, that's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. So
So you got to tell them who you lost out to.
what was it again? I don't even pay
Actually,
attention.
I'm bad with names,
Oh,
but it's
okay.
the couple in Las Vegas that
Yeah,
took
I
it
don't
from
know
there.
their names, but
Yeah.
Oh, the flipping
yeah.
Vegas show or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, and they came back and they said they really loved you. They thought everything was great and brilliant. Both loved your smiles and everything. They didn't want to put two men on the show. They figured they wanted to keep it with, I think it was Tarek and the other gal who they, broke up. They wanted to keep it still a couple type thing.
Got it.
So we're like, okay, cool. And he's like, they already got the Property Brothers, so we're not trying to step on their toes or anything.
I thought we were gonna pull in a Latino vibe.
Yeah.
for sure. I was like, oh man, we got it.
Awesome.
Southwest market. Like, let's make it happen.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It would have been great.
Absolutely.
They asked us because, unfortunately, I do not speak Spanish. Leo does. Everybody in my family that does. I wasn't raised with it. I didn't have grandma, grandpa, aunt, and uncle speaking
Yeah.
it to me.
But you understand it.
Yes,
Yeah.
to a degree.
To a
To a
degree.
degree. But they were asking us, can you guys try out for some like Hispanic shows, that actually speak Spanish? Leo could have done it. I didn't see myself going on any novellas anytime soon. But that might have been pretty sweet. But maybe that's for the next season.
Wow.
We'll check it out.
Yeah.
That's a great story.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, it was
It
cool.
was-
Yeah,
it was fun.
nobody knows about that except the family, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I still have pictures saved of it because it was pretty sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's going to be out there.
Maybe
now.
someday.
Yeah.
Right? Who
Yeah,
knows?
we'll make it happen.
Never know.
Well,
Eventually.
now with technology, you could pretty much just do your own show,
right.
right? And
Yes.
Just
Yeah.
just do your own online show.
And that's the biggest thing. If you're a real estate agent, you want to create your own reality show, and I can go on a whole marketing spiel, on that too,
Yeah.
if you wanted to. So that's the biggest thing.
No, that's cool.
Yep. Always pushing.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess we better.
We better jump to the next segment here.
Yeah, let's make it happen, guys.
All right.
Yeah.
No, this is exciting stuff. Let's see. Make sure I got everything. Yeah, we may have to put something together with Flipping Phoenix.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
Talk to you guys.
So yeah, before you
Team
guys
up on some things.
yeah,
Maybe. Who knows?
flippingphoenix.com. we'll make it work.
We'll see what happens.
Have you guys done a flip or anything? Have you guys been
Yeah,
involved?
We're actually doing.
I worked
flip
on
right
one.
now, so-
Okay,
At the end of last
congratulations.
year, and then we've
Great.
got one going on right now.
Wonderful.
Oh, good for you.
What
So-
part town is it located
Tempe.
in? Okay.
Yeah.
Tempe's
Close to ASU.
amazing. Oh
Yeah.
my God, is it off like Broadmoor or Broadway?
It is
It
Hardy
is off of Hardy.
and-
Okay.
And Parkway,
University.
16th Street, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much? When you guys plan to have it on the market?
About another what? 4
weeks.
4 weeks, probably.
You guys have a pool on it?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are gonna make out well. I remember the last one we did off of Broadmoor. We set
Yeah.
a new record for the subdivision.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
Well,
pretty
that's
nice.
good to hear.
That one, that one came out sexy. We painted the door and all that. Had a pool. It was a good layout.
There's
for
that
sure.
word again.
There it
Yes,
is.
it
Yeah.
was.
There it is.
Oh, for your
sexy.
tryouts for HG. Did you get to choose the song and all that? Because I'm imagining you guys chose that. I'm too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy. For
That would have been good. Mine might have been Suavemente in there too. Throw that in there, do a little dance number.
That's funny. All right, you guys ready to get in the ring?
Yeah, let's
right,
do it.
let's
Let's
do
make it
this.
happen.
Go.
We got one.
All right. Before I ask these questions, I'm gonna give a shout out to Fidelity National Home Warranty,
Yep.
sponsor Security Title, Rachel for bringing you guys in.
Yes, thank you guys so much for having us. We're very happy to be here.
much.
She's awesome. All right, so let's either both of you can answer or whoever wants to
Yeah,
answer. But
this is a quick answer one.
yeah, why do you think that most real estate or many real estate agents or loan officers for that matter are not successful?
Lack of marketing.
Lack of marketing.
Okay.
Yeah, marketing is
Pretty
number
much.
one. You got to
All
let
right.
everybody know what you're doing.
Yeah,
All
get
right.
this like you got to get people to know you, like you, and the biggest one is trust you. How you going to do that if you're behind the door and you're not in front of them?
There you go.
Take this thing that's in front of you. It's called Facebook. It's called social media. People click that button 22 times on average a day. So if you're not in front of their face, where are you going to be? You're going to be lost.
Absolutely. All right. How about a book recommendation?
Go Giver.
Yes,
Love that.
that's funny. I was going to say the
Oh,
same
there you
thing.
go.
serious?
There you go.
Hey, there
That's-
you go.
that's my
Yes,
favorite book.
Go Giver.
That works.
If
Papa
you guys-
Pete gave that to me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
actually
awesome.
one of my buddies from Utah mailed it to me. He's like, "You, this reminds me so much of you. You need to read it." And it was
Yeah.
beautiful because when I read it, I was like, "When you have a big heart and you give from the heart, people respond in a
Yeah.
beautiful way."
There you go.
So
All right.
I used
Really
to give
good
those away for gifts.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it makes a big difference when you understand the psychology about the emotional intelligence behind a human being and how you're surrounded by it, and everything clicks.
Yeah, that's cool. Favorite mobile app?
Instagram. I'm a big Instagram guy. Facebook is obviously second. Facebook works out really well too.
I started out on Facebook. I'm swaying over to Instagram.
Oh,
right
he's getting
All right.
serious on
Yeah.
Instagram. All
Really?
his stories and his shares I get on the daily now.
And Leo, you probably don't even have like Google Maps or anything, right? 'Cause,
Oh, I
you
do.
know-
Oh yeah. He is Google Maps. He's one of the developers. He actually worked for the Domino's app there
That's
too.
funny.
Yeah, helped
Any?
with their algorithms.
How about any recommendations on Netflix or Prime series? Anything good out there that you've been?
You know, I was a big fan of Narcos,
Okay.
That's like the
And-
only
Yeah.
show I really got into.
All
I'll be
right.
honest with you.
and
All right.
then I moved over to Ozarks, which is another
Oh.
good
That's the
one.
second time I heard that one.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
He was a Breaking Bad addict for a hot
that's
minute
when
too.
it first came out. Yeah.
All right.
He was. I walk in on a Saturday morning. He's just on the couch.
Is he?
I'm like, oh my goodness.
Oh no. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Josh is like, we have properties we need to go work on.
I guess I'll
It's
do
like,
design.
It's just getting good. I got to see what happens.
Yeah.
All right. Last one. We'll have you draw from the mask.
This is beautiful. What is that, velvet?
Is that for
see.
both of us, or you each
Yeah,
do
yeah.
a different
Either
one?
one of
Okay,
us.
what is it?
What did you want to be when you were growing up?
Ah.
Oh man,
there we go.
Go for it.
You go. Let me take a swig.
Well, first I wanted to be a scientist, but then in second grade, we learned about dinosaurs, and I was floored.
Ah.
Paleontologist.
There you go.
Oh,
So I
okay.
was like, "Oh my God, Mom!" I was digging for dinosaur bones in my backyard, and at kindergarten or kinder care every day. I was like, "I found a tooth." It was just a white rock. I really wanted.
you wanted to be Ross from Friends.
There you go. I really wanted to get into that. For some reason, I was just stuck on it. I don't know. But yeah, that was my
Alright.
first thing that I wanted to be growing up. I think second grade for sure as a kid.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Alright.
This is actually kind of funny because this stemmed off of the movie Jerry Maguire.
Ah,
I am a sports fanatic.
Okay.
You know, I excelled in sports, and I wanted to do something with sports and staying connected in the sports. So I wanted to become a sports agent.
Sports agent?
Like,
Alright.
like Jerry
Yeah.
Show
Maguire.
me
I didn't-
them.
I didn't know that at all. That's very fitting. He was sports crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
so what's your
just-
favorite sport?
Football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cardinals?
Chiefs.
I'm a fan of the Cardinals. I'm
Yeah.
actually a diehard Giants fan. I grew
Okay.
up loving
Oh,
LT.
man, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I played. I know. Trust me, I know. They're in a
Yeah.
regrouping
Yeah.
phase.
Yeah. They're in the rebuilding stage.
I'm going to
give 'em
call
2
it
years.
for the next 4 or 5 years. They need some help.
Yeah, we
But,
do have a good team to cheer on this year, so
You know,
Yeah.
I
yeah, that
Yeah.
Seattle win was a good one.
it was.
Are you kidding me? That was like the best game so far this
Yeah.
season. That was just
Wow.
nuts.
that was not expected.
I was
Yeah.
You know,
yelling
I'm
at the
rooting
TV
for 'em.
at 5.
Yeah, my parents just moved into their new house, and their TV wasn't set up for TV. We were literally watching it on the phone.
Oh,
yeah.
in the kitchen. It was
Yelling,
We were pumped. Like, yeah, let's go. But that field goal that he missed was
Oh,
was
I
just
know.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
But I'm glad we made it through. Glad we made it
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, go Chiefs.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
nice.
Oh,
Where
hey,
you
there you
from?
go.
I'm from Missouri. Yeah.
Nice.
Hey, I'm a Mahomes
So
fan.
there.
They
He
just,
seems like a cool dude. I mean, he seems like
Totally.
he's
Yeah.
And
like
he's
got it
young.
all
He's
together.
got plenty of ball in him left.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well,
and
years
all
to
the other
come.
businesses he's getting into too. I mean, he's
They
part
just got
owner now and
Mr. Bell.
He's half a
Royals all that
billionaire.
now, and yeah,
Makes-
crazy stuff.
yeah.
And my buddy's a big Broncos fan. And I think the Chiefs just smacked him around not
Yeah.
too long ago, right? 2 weeks
Yeah,
ago.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, it was the same week as the Cardinals and the
Yeah.
Seahawks. I think.
Yeah. There you go.
I watched that one first, and then my buddy met me at a place, and so we watched the Cardinals game. And there were a bunch of Seahawks fans,
Oh,
right?
it's always
and they
like
all
that.
left like with I don't know what, a few minutes left in the game or something. Like, yeah, there's no way. And then we were like, I wish they were still here.
Oh, that would have been amazing.
great.
It's like,
Been
that
great.
guy owes me a beer.
Something,
for
yeah.
sure.
So, well, thank you guys so much for coming in here.
This was
Absolutely.
awesome.
Absolutely. Thank
It's
you for
been
the
great.
opportunity.
A lot of
yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure people watching, listening, are going to learn something from this one for sure.
Yeah,
Especially the value of family.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I think that's
Yeah.
big.
The
Absolutely.
mindset. Yeah.
Always
Totally.
close to the heart.
Mindset and heart set.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, if agents that are listening want to reach out to either one of you, how do they do that?
You can find us. We're pretty big on. I don't want to say big. Like we're very on all social media. Type
Okay.
in Josh Zuniga, Josh Zuniga _ You can find me on there. You can find me on YouTube,
Okay.
as well, LinkedIn. I meet with a lot of agents all the time, whether they're my age or brand new or been
Yeah.
in the industry for 10 or 15 years, just trying to discuss, how else can I get out there?
Okay.
So I'm big on marketing, especially video marketing. So
All right.
you can reach out to me, call me, text me, whatever, and we'll make it happen. We'll set a coffee date.
Zuniga.
Yes, sir.
That's
All
correct.
right.
Yes.
Now, Leo, for yourself, what if agents want to send you some mortgage business?
So
Huh?
same, social media,
Okay.
either way, or they can email me or contact me directly. Can I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So
This is
my-
a plug, definitely.
My
There you
phone
go.
number is 602-332-0420, and the email that they get me at is team TEAMZ for my last name
Okay.
at fairwaymc.com.
All right. Sweet. Do you want to throw your phone number out, or are you good on social?
The girlfriend might get upset about that. No, I'm totally kidding. Yeah, just reach me out on social media, guys. Send me
Okay,
a message,
cool.
and I'll be happy to get in contact with you. I just scheduled another meeting, with another future agent that's coming in, and I just love having that connection with people.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, there was a lot of mentors we had growing up, that gave us a helping hand, and he and I are more than happy to do that, whether it's with real estate or even in life or in business. Time is valuable. We want to
Absolutely.
make sure we spend the right people.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Yes.
Hey, agents, I hope you enjoyed this one. Until next time, we'll see you later.
Thank you, guys.
See ya.
See you
Thank you.
soon. Thank
All
you.
right, Good job. Yeah, great job, guys. That was great. I loved it.